This cocktail features two classic ingredients, gin and maraschino. I'm Brian Johnson. In this episode of Better Cocktails at Home, we're making the Aviation cocktail. Classic cocktail. It's one of my wife's favorite cocktails, and we're going to make it right now. Now, this is a gin-based cocktail, and I'm using a London Dry. And we're going to do 2 ounces of this. And add that to our mixing tin. Now the sweetener component is maraschino liqueur, and this is a liqueur that I consider to be very important for making a lot of these classic cocktails. So I highly recommend having a bottle on hand. And we're going to do 1/3 of an ounce of this. And that's to our mixing tin. Now for the citrus, we're going to do lemon juice, and we're going to do 1/3 of an ounce of lemon juice. And add that to our mixing tin. Now the final ingredient is creme de violette, and this is a a liqueur based on the flower, and it's a really interesting flavor. It's not super common as far as cocktails. If you're just getting started, it's probably one of those things that's not on your high priority list to pick up, but it is one that it does make a difference when you use it because you really taste it. So it's kind of up to you when you want to buy it for your bar, for your home bar. And I've seen this recipe called you could make this just as is with the maraschino, the gin, and then the lemon. But this really kind of takes it on the top. And use a dash of this. Really, you're just adding it for mostly color and a tiny bit of flavor. And that's all that goes into this cocktail. And because we did use lemon, we're going to be shaking this. And about 8 seconds should do it. And then we are going to double strain into our cocktail glass. I'm using a coupe in this case. And that's the cocktail. Now, if properly made, it calls for a garnish of a cherry, and I think that it's nice to have, and if you have it at home, go for it. If I'm making this, I frequently just omit the cherry garnish. I think it doesn't really detract from the drink, so feel free to do it either way. It's a really nice cocktail. Like I said, it really features. The gin kind of takes a back seat, and that, of course, depends on the kind of gin you use. But the maraschino really comes through, and I think that's why I said it's kind of a good way to see how maraschino works in cocktails and how it plays other flavors. Of course, you can alter the maraschino and lemon and gin a little bit if you want to, and kind of tailor it to your flavor, what you like. And the creme de violette really gives it a tint of blue, a little violet, purple. And I think that's where I've seen some people suggest that's where the name of the cocktail came from. Aviation, sky, a little bit blue. It's a fantastic old cocktail. Great mix of key ingredients used in a lot of classic cocktails. And I love it, highly recommend it. I hope you enjoy it. But that's how you make the Aviation.